this meat as much as the wilty poles?
Yeah.
To 8-year-old Neil Kennedy, this is the adoring grandmother from Central Casting.
She spoils me, and she always buys me stuff, and she takes me to special places, on holidays.
But beneath the surface, the young boy also recognises his gran is an activist.
Well, she goes to meetings, and she's a gas fighter.
When I came back from overseas, I went jillarooing, and one of my old school friends said, "Oh, there's going to be a Warren B&S, you should come back for it."
Born and educated in Sydney, Anne Kennedy married a farmer. Half a century on, she's become one of the most high-profile opponents of coal seam gas in New South Wales. Central to her concerns is the impact that coal seam gas production will have on water.
We're the driest inhabited continent on Earth, and we have this groundwater, this ancient groundwater under 22% of Australia. It's finite water, it's ancient, it's Jurassic water, and it's rapidly running out. And the only reason we can bring it to the surface, because it's so deep, is the pressure. Where they want to drill for gas in the Pilliga is the southern recharge of the Great Artesian Basin. It is the single most vital area in New South Wales.
How deep is it?
640 metres deep, and flows, now it's been capped and piped and reticulated, it goes for about 14 kilometres, this particular bore.
Like countless people on the land, Anne Kennedy relies on water from the Great Artesian Basin deep beneath the surface to run her farm. Bores pump water onto dry land. A network of pipes takes the precious resource to the far-flung corners of this Western New South Wales property.
If we lose the Great Artesian Basin, it'll clear out the whole of inland Australia. People can't live there anymore.
The protest movement has been standing in the way of large-scale CSG production in New South Wales. Santos is the last developer standing.
What do we want to be? Gasfield free!
AGL announced last year it would not proceed with its Gloucester project. The government has bought back Metgasco's licences in the Northern Rivers. But Santos is ploughing ahead, proposing to build a massive gas field of more than 800 wells in northwestern New South Wales.
We drill down to our coals, which are around about 500 metres to 1,200 metres deep. When we hit the coals, we kick off into a horizontal drilling section, so we follow the coal seams along.
Santos is promising to meet half of New South Wales gas needs over 20 years. While its gas drilling process does not involve fracking, it will result in the extraction of a large amount of water. That wastewater will be treated, and the byproduct is tonnes of salt brine. Anne Kennedy and others believe the gas project spells disaster.
You imagine all those cement wells are all going to crumble and fail, some of them immediately, but all of them within time. So we'll have a honeycomb of crumbling, corroding wells and bores and pipes all under the ground. It will destroy it.
So to land up with some kind of cross-contamination event from our deeper brine water that we're taking from the coals and the fresh water in the upper aquifers, you need some kind of penetration of 2 layers of steel and the concrete. We follow the New South Wales codes of practice in drilling those wells. It is infinitesimally small chance that that can happen.
We've been backed into a corner.
For almost a decade, Anne Kennedy has been rallying unlikely allies to fight the coal seam gas project, in a battle which has seen people never before in trouble with the law locking on in protest, including her husband Neil.
It's a difficult thing. I don't think it hasn't been an awful strain on our marriage, but we sort of got through it, and I think we will. But there's no other life. There's nothing but coal seam gas. There are our kids and the grandkids, they come into it, but take that away, there is nothing in her life except winning this issue.
There's deep division over the future of coal seam gas, and not everyone agrees with Anne Kennedy's position. Some farmers at the centre of the gas project are welcoming CSG onto their land.
You learn to live with them. It's no different to having a clump of timber or something like that you've got to work around, a farm around. Everything that Santos has here is mainly under the ground, be there piping, water piping, gas piping, whatever, and it's all out of the way. We're allowed to farm over the top of it. It's at a depth that's suitable for us to farm over.
He's adamant that agriculture and coal seam gas can coexist. He has 3 wells, and if the project goes ahead, he's happy to have more.
All my land is available to coal seam gas. Santos has been told, when you're ready, like they're not going to put well to well to well, there's probably only going to be a well one every kilometre. They're not going to be like every 100 metres, no.
And you'll still farm?
Yeah, why not?
So how many could you have on your land?
Well, it depends on how the gas flows underneath the ground, but I'd be looking at probably 4 or 5 per property, what I've been told, yeah.
Anne Kennedy is unconvinced and worries about the impact on future generations.
And I just think, why would the government get a hard-working, conservative, very trusting generation of farmers and just push them to this point? You can push someone so far. Yeah, several of them have said, you know, there'll be guns at the gate, you know.